Today's video is brought to you in part by Wondershare's Dr. Fone. Never lose your data ever again. Hey, what's going on? Tech fans, YouTubers, Elric and Buddy the Dog here, back again on Tech of Tomorrow. What's going on today? Well, this time we've got another battle of the phones. That's right. The Samsung S7, no note since those burned up, against the brand new Google Pixel. Now, one of the main differences between the two phones is one features a Snapdragon 820, one features a Snapdragon 821, with the Pixel being the newer phone, so that's obviously that. And a quick shout to David over at Phone Buff. Me and that guy have been supporting each other for years. Now, real quick before we jump to the video, I just want to say that the only thing different is the screen size, and rather not the screen size, but the screen resolution. As David's already pointed out to you guys fans who know him, screen resolution, the test that we're running really means nothing at all. So with that said though, let's jump in and let's check out what the difference is between the Samsung S7 and the brand new Google Pixel. Alright folks, so let's first start off talking about the specs of the Samsung S7. Now it features a 5.1 fully AMOLED screen with a resolution of 2560 by 1440 with 577 pixels per inch. And powering the S7 is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 820. And the S7 version that we're using is 32 gigabytes of internal storage and 4 gigabytes of memory. The Google Pixel features a 5-inch fully HD AMOLED screen, which equates to a resolution of 1920 by 1080 with 441 pixels per inch. And like I said in the intro, the Pixel features the brand new Qualcomm Snapdragon 821. The Pixel features 128 gigabytes of internal storage and 4 gigabytes of RAM, just like the S7. So first up, let's check out Geekbench. And I think you guys will kind of be surprised because in the single core processor test, you guys can see the S7 clearly wins. But when we go into multi-core, obviously the Pixel picks up and it kicks ass. And next up, we have the speed test. Now, for you people out there who complained and said, hey, it was totally unfair to do them at the same time, we tested them both completely separately this time, and you guys can see they're pretty much exactly the same. But what's kind of weird is you guys can see in upload speed, obviously the S7 is winning. So next up, let's open up 16 different apps and see how they perform on these two phones. Now, opening up apps initially, you can see that the S7 wins by just a fraction of a couple of seconds there, which is not very much at all in real world usage. So basically, when you're opening the apps the first time, you guys can see that the S7 is just slightly ahead of the Pixel, if only by a small amount. Now, the only thing that seems to be a big problem with the S7 is running apps in the background. Now, when we're opening apps for the second time around, with the Pixel, everything opens very snappy. But when you're opening up with the S7, it seems like it's sluggish and you're just doing things all from the start once again. Real quick, folks, before we get to the conclusion, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Dr. Fone from Wondershare. If you've ever broken your phone or have gotten kicked out because you can't remember your darn password, then Dr. Fone is here to help. Now available for Android, Dr. Fone is the one-stop shop for data recovery. The program is very user-friendly and includes options for data recovery from broken devices, locked screens, or even if you just have the SD card, you can still use Dr. Fone for Android. Dr. Fone also has handy tools you can use, such as rooting your Android device, data backup and restore, and data erase. This comes in great if you're selling your Android device and don't want the person you're selling it to see your dirty pics. With Dr. Fone, you never have to worry about losing passwords, getting locked out, and even if your phone is broke, you can still access your information. The bottom line, folks, is if your smartphone is important to you, try Dr. Fone today. Now available for Android. Alright folks, so you guys can see that in all honesty, these two phones are pretty head-to-head in a lot of things, with a couple of things, going over to the S7. But the biggest thing of all that you guys can see is that if you run multiple programs and you open programs, open all day long and close, you can see the Pixel handles that much better. The real only difference between the two is the 820 processor and the 821. So obviously the 821 is handling things a lot better. So at the end of the day, if those things matter to you, then obviously the Google Pixel is the winner. But like people say out there, the price right now of the Google Pixel is like way off the hook. The S7 is a little bit cheaper, so that might be something to think about. I'm Elric, you've been watching Tech and Tomorrow. Like usual, more information will be down below that like button. Hopefully you go Chuck Norris. See you later.